Welcome back to the restaurant. Today we're dining with the one and only Vegan Food Share.
Yeah.
As you can see here, I'm rocking the Vegan Food Share, and if no one ever knew who he was, although they do know who you are.
Some do, some don't, but it's all good.
Instagram fame,
It's all
but
about you.
by the time we probably edit this, you'll probably have like 1 million followers.
Stop. It's all about you, man.
Alright, so today we're dining with the Vegan Food Share, and we have a bunch of questions to ask this man or woman. So as always, I always ask the first question that everyone asks you, everyone asks me, why'd you go vegan?
Went vegan because felt like I needed a life change with the diet. Starts off with the diet usually, not gonna lie. And my lovely wife off camera, the second half of Vegan Food Share, she basically showed me documentaries, showed me studies, showed me everything that was happening.
The knowledge.
The knowledge. She was dropping knowledge. And, you know, during that whole time, I had a family member that had pancreatic cancer. And we did a lot of different research on it. And this was like the beginning stages of going vegan, you know. You make a couple of mistakes, you hate yourself in the morning, but eventually you get there. It's constantly learning. You know, you never stop learning when it comes to veganism or plant-based diet. You know, we know looking at your channel that you don't always have to eat fruit or salad, but if you do, you make sure it's deep fried and on a burger. Which is ridiculous. And felt like we needed to reach out to a couple of people and see what was going on around the world. So, you know, hopped on the whole Instagram thing. That's where it started about 2.5 years ago. And, you know, stumbled upon a lot of different people, a lot of different restaurants. Was curious about a lot of different things. And try to live vicariously through these people. And for the most part, it really has been an experience on social media and in real life, meeting up with people like you, meeting up with people in restaurants, chefs, all the different sorts of vegans and plant-based eaters out there. And that just kept us going. That just kept us looking out for more, trying to figure out what else we can do, feature people that we feel can entertain the world about veganism.
So when you went vegan, did you start off with the Instagram page initially, or when did you go vegan?
I think like the only vegans that we knew was myself and my wife. And I don't know how we got on Instagram, but I think that's like a huge blur. Do you remember? I don't remember, honestly.
This question is how
happened organically. Just one of those things that, oh, there's an app to share pictures and there's vegans on there. Like, what is this nonsense?
I'm actually kind of surprised there was no one named Vegan Food Share yet. Because I mean, I know, you know, I think the first name I went with was the Lazy Vegan or something like that, and there was already somebody named Lazy Vegan. So
I think the first time was hanging out with Lane Gold, author of Vegan Jumpsuit.
Oh yeah, I follow her.
Yeah, she had little potlucks going on. And I don't know how we ever got started on Instagram, honestly. We met her through Instagram. And so we went to her potluck. And I remember looking at the food going, this can't be vegan. All this deliciousness can't be vegan. And you know, at that time, like taking pictures of food was just silly. Using your phone and then saying, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and share this with everybody. But what was the point?
Yeah.
You know, but knowing that something was vegan was like a little bit more interesting. Yeah. You never really heard of anybody doing something like Like, oh, I'm gonna take pictures of food. Oh, by the way, it's vegan. Like, what the? Like, seeing how creative people can be with plant-based cooking and just sharing the love of what these people do, it's amazing to me. I'm completely gratefully humbled by the whole thing and having, you know, this many people like support it and tag it and I just want to do the same thing for everybody else and support, you know, people that help support me and being able to reach out to people that, you know, have never even tried vegan food. Yeah. Or people that talk negatively about vegan food, you know, or vegans in particular. And we're slowly unraveling that and basically deconstructing the many facets of veganism. You know, the main thing is that we want to limit suffering. We want to be somewhat healthy. You know, not completely unhealthy.
So I'm talking to the wrong guy.
But it's surprising to me that there are certain areas of this world that have never heard of plant-based eating. Or veganism for that matter, or the reasons why, you know, people should go vegan or even think about going at least meatless Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. Yeah. You know, that concept to me is still, I still can't believe that people don't think about that. And not to say that people should, I'm just saying that there are alternatives to how we consume the food that we eat, and on top of making sure that we have something to look forward to in the future. Because at the rate that we're going with meat consumption, as we know, we saw Cowspiracy, shout out to Cowspiracy for it. That was a huge like eye-opener. Yeah. And that was completely empowering, and I just hope that people that do see those documentaries and have that little seed planted in them, you know, something will grow, something beautiful will grow.
You know, what made you start Vegan Food Share? Why did you do it? You know, was there a purpose the whole time, or did it just happen organically?
It was after Lane Gold's party, or potluck. We were gorged out on food. We were just like completely, utterly satisfied with what she had offered and what she had made. Yeah. You know, Boston cream pie, that's vegan. Like, I've never heard of that. You know, vegan meatloaf, like calling something a vegan meatloaf, that's like ironic in itself. Like, how could meat be vegan?
Meatless meatloaf.
It was just compelling to be able to share that and to show people like, hey, wake the fuck up. Like, you could do something completely different with your diet, with helping the environment, with yourself, or whatever it is that your goal is. Yeah. You know, but as long as we can limit that suffering and limit all the negativity that comes with meat consumption or animal cruelty or deforestation, you name it. Yeah. You know, as long as we can do that, we're going to ensure that we can continue to do what we're doing. And I think that was part of the design of the shirt, was to have the food in an infinite side. It's like, it's going to keep going no matter what. You can't stop us.
Yeah, I noticed too. Yeah, you've been getting some, you know, some comments, some hate comments, I guess, or, you know, some negative comments, and they'll be even by vegan people.
There's always going to be somebody that doesn't like what you do. Yeah. And you either take that as a grain of salt, or you let it consume you and make it something that you're obsessed about. And I don't want to do that. I mean, for as many trolls there are out there, yeah, you know, they're not going to stop what you're doing, and vice versa. We know that there's going to be a certain population, there's going to be a majority of us humans that are going to go out there and still eat meat, still barbecue, still do whatever they want to do, which is fine. But my goal is not to, antagonize these people. My goal is to just basically do what I'm doing, and if you want to ride along, hop on.
So the next question would be you share a bunch of different accounts, different photos, everything like that, but are you have any favorites?
Yeah, I gotta shout you out, cause when I see when you're flipping like all these processed foods or whatever, think about this though, like you're a college kid. Say for example you live in a dorm, you don't have access to the best food out there, but there's gonna be that packet of like meatless burgers.
Frozen meatball.
College kids are gonna be college kids.
Yeah.
And a lot of them probably don't eat as well as they do. But if they have an option that gives them something that reminds them of home, without the cruelty, without the animals, without all that negative stuff, then why not?
Is there anyone else? You're flattering me, but I know there's some other guys that are, or girls that are, that are bringing it.
Yeah, I gotta shout out my brother from another mother, Hiram Camillo.
Oh yeah.
That guy is doing some amazing stuff. He's like a godsend.
So yeah, I actually had Hiram come to my house and actually make his 5-course meal for me and my wife, and it blew my mind. Like I even ate greens that day. Like he really brought just the flavor. He had like tofu skin that he made chicharrones style. Go check him out on Instagram. Link's gonna be below. With Lane Gold, everyone that this guy mentions.
There you go.
They're gonna be down there. So go ahead.
And I do trust them with what we're doing here with Vegan Food Share and just sharing the love basically. Again, the man behind the mask, the woman behind the man behind the mask.
Literally.
We're completely grateful for everything that has happened, and we're not done. We're still going on, and hopefully big things keep going, keep happening.
Hoping I get some exclusive stuff here. What is next for Vegan Food Share?
No, man.
Like plain and simple, it's all bullshit until it happens.
Did you start off like with 100 and then you just hashtag vegan and all of a sudden you got 1,000?
No.